Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. In today's video we are going through week 3 budget check-in, which is the 14th through the 20th, and there's a lot on here partly, and I've limited the amount because I grouped all of my vacation stuff into one thing. I did go to a concert in Arlington, Texas. We left Friday and we came back Sunday, so I'm catching up now on all of that. So let's go ahead, and today I actually have an eraser so we can erase some of this stuff as well. And pulling out my calculator, which is aka my phone right now. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with some income that came in. So we got interest on a savings account, and then way long ago one of my friends transferred me $20 to one of the payment apps, and I have never actually like taken it out, so that's what I did this time. So it's not really technically cash, but it did go into my bank account, so got those as the miscellaneous incomes for this month so far. And then we also got paid, so 2826.54, and that is 426.54 over what I have budgeted. And we'll get back to all of this stuff at the end of the month when we add up everything over here. So that is income. We also had a sinking fund transfer, so that is going to stay this amount because our electric bills are now well over, I think this past one that I had to pay for August, like in the month of August, was $249 and change. So we are well over my budgeted amount for bills, for summer bills and everything. Okay, we are gonna then go through the weekly check-in, and then we'll come back over here to do all the other ones that are not over here. So week 3 groceries, I had none. So we have 236.96, 236.96. I looked up here for what was remaining. I forgot to carry it down last time, so let me quickly go through and do that here. And 36.82. Household, none. That will change for next month, or for next week. And miscellaneous, we had one for clothing, $37.89. And 82.42 minus 37, actually that is not right. Negative minus 37.89 gets us negative 220.31. And no pet supplies for this week. So far the weekly check-in only overspent in one category so far. So this one will change because the cats ran out of food, and I had to redo the monthly order to come early because the inside cats were eating through their wet food and everything. So that, and I hate the fact that I can't send it on the same day every single month kind of thing, and it's every 4 weeks. I think, when was it, last month, or is it this month? They're 5 weeks, so it would have been the right one if we didn't have a full week. So some months it just happens this way, where I have to have the pet food delivered twice and pay for it twice, unfortunately. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and be prepared for next week. Okay, got that done. Let's start off with, we're gonna go bills. Electric, $2.49 and 1 cent. And then we have home security, $40.15, which is right there. And then one more, natural gas, $33.60. Okay. Go back. Fuel tolls, we did get some, I'm still driving my mom's van right now, but hopefully that will change this coming week. I will give an update at the end of the video on that, but I did have to get gas in my mom's vehicle, so $44.80, and I'll just put it in pencil for now, because I did have to fill up again the following week with this one. I was driving across town, which was 35 miles. Yeah, 35 miles to meet up with the people that I was going to ride with to go to Arlington. So I needed to fill up, plus I had been driving it, and it is a van, so it's uses a little bit more gas. So I drove it, it sat for a while, then I had to drive it to work a couple days this week, and I had to fill up again, I think, Thursday morning. So it is what it is. I am grateful to have a vehicle to drive around at the moment. Groceries, I'm not going to do that until the end. Household, not until the end. Miscellaneous, not until the end. Personal, nothing changed on that. Pet supplies, wait until the end. And restaurants, we do have a change in that. So we've already spent $72.33 this month. So, haha, erased. So let's go ahead and add up all the yellow, light yellow ones. So $13.75 would help if I would hit plus. Plus 25. So Starbucks, refilled my gift card, got below a certain amount, refilled it with $25. And I don't get Starbucks very often. I try to make it a treat. I get it more often in the winter time when they have the peppermint mochas, because that is my favorite flavor. But I did not, I know I got I think I got a iced matcha latte that day, although I could have gotten, I can't remember. I've slept since then and went to a concert since then. But we do have, and then not wanting to cook or have food, I ran out of food and had to get something while I was in the office. Then when I came back, I treated my mom to some Olive Garden for a thank you for taking care of my cats while I was away. And then you'll see a theme for this week where because I didn't get back to my house until probably around 6 o'clock, in between 5 and 6. And then we went to eat, and then I was done for the day. So I never made it to the grocery store, any of that. So, and I have yet to make it to the grocery store. 14. So this week has just been every time I had to go into the office, I was eating out, and that is not the best, but it is what it is. I am definitely making up for what I haven't spent on groceries on eating out. We are at $172.32. Yikes, for one person. I mean, most of the meals are for one person. Olive Garden, it was for 2 people. But yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay. Then going in, pet supplies, no, water. I know this is going to be 0 because I am working off of the credit that the city of Houston has given to me on installing an incorrect meter and overcharging me for many years. So that has since been fixed, and I am working off the credit and everything. But I have a whole story on that. You can search my channel for it. It's I think the title of it is I overpaid how much, and there's a whole story of everything that has happened with that and all of that. So I have not paid any extra to debt. That'll be an end of the month type thing. Okay, let's go through. I do know we had a Netflix, so 1947, and then we have a couple loans as well. So credit card 1, we had the minimum payment and home security loan as well. Okay, we have a business expense that I am, what day is that? The 20th. Okay, that is a regular expense that comes in and everything. The rest of this is sinking funds, including the chiropractor, because I allot myself every month $76 for the chiropractor, and I already used that in the first 2 weeks. Normally I go every other week, but because I did not feel comfortable driving my mom's manual standard like stick shift, whatever you want to call it. I did not feel comfortable driving that when I was driving that, and so I had that pretty much for the entire month of July. So I did not go to the chiropractor the entire month of July, so I'm making up for it in August basically. So I did skip this week though, and I'm picking up again this week, the last week. So let's see, we'll go transaction log for the sinking funds. So chiropractor, technically it should be brown, but I put it as that's the 15th. Medical, 38. Okay, we did that. Vacation total, and I will turn back here after I enter this in. So 817 vacation total, 320.77. Then on the 18th we had sun, roof, glass, deductible, auto, 500. And again on the 18th we also had a burglar alarm permit renewal, and that is in house, 5115. Okay, like, have everything checked. I do. Not very many no spend days this month. Oh well. It is what it is. So the vacation total, we're gonna go back over here. I've already started up on next week, but vacation total starts down here. So we have Cotton Patch, which is it started in Nacogdoches, Texas. It's a restaurant, but we stopped in Bryan. It technically was Bryan, not Bryan College Station. It was technically Bryan where it was. Then I don't have the full name of the ramen shop in Arlington, but we got ramen. And then we breakfast the next day. Okay, wait, sorry. The alley, we got boba while we waited for the fourth party, who actually was the one that did the hotel. So we couldn't check into the hotel until she got there. So we went and one person got boba, and the rest of us got like milk tea, or no, one got Vietnamese coffee, and I got a milk tea coffee thing, which was very good. Cotton Patch, ramen. Next morning we ate at Lone Star. Then we had Saltgrass. Then it was all dining pretty much. Then the next morning Lone Star. Then we got coffee on the way back, and that was in College Station. And then that night, oh no, that's not vacation. And then over here I paid the person who got the hotel for us, and that was, I need to put hotel. $191 for 2 nights. So my part of the 2 rooms, and that was everything for vacation. So yeah, $320, which really isn't that bad at all. And yeah, although I think Arlington seems to be a lot more expensive than Houston, which is strange. Everything just seems a little bit more overpriced. Just slightly, not much, but just slightly overpriced. I am on vacation this last week. Yay. Partly because it is my birthday week this last week. I'm not going to say which day, but it is this last week. I'm excited. I always try to take vacation around my birthday, try to do the week before my birthday, because I just need some time off, and I'd like to, you know, have some time off. So I'm excited. My mom is supposed to be coming today, and we're going to be hopefully working on some projects, including trying to work on staining the front room concrete. If we can get around to it, we might try to do the TV room, and then that way I have all the floors stained and everything. But I'm not gonna rush it or anything like that. So today I'm gonna focus on going outside to the garage, because I can't maneuver in the garage. It doesn't help that I have a car that isn't gonna move, or hasn't moved for 2 months. But let me go ahead and flip the camera around so we can talk about that. So we finally have an update on the car and the sunroof. As you can see in this one, I did pay for the deductible on the sunroof glass. I did finally get mad at the previous company, and after I figured out that they were pretty much quoting me for the entire sunroof to be replaced and not just the panel of glass, I switched to another company. And I am not going to bad about the companies that the company that I was dealing with. It's just yeah, 2 months going on. Like tomorrow, the 25th, will be 2 months since the glass shattered, and I have not been able to drive my vehicle. I'm so glad that it's already paid off, because I would feel really frustrated that I'm having to pay a car note for a vehicle I'm not even able to drive around. It's just so, I already had to do that when someone hit me and I got into an accident, and it sat at the collision shop for a while they waited for a part that was back on back order. And finally I was like, I need my vehicle, and they were able to do something until the part could come in. It was just like the plastic inner lining of one of the front wheel wells, basically. And so they were able to just use the previous one and put it back on the car, and then I could drive it around until that piece came in and everything. So yeah, frustrated beyond belief. I'm happy finally to see that we're starting to move along and have progress. So last week, I think where I left off was that they had ordered the glass. Well, the glass has been delivered. It was delivered Thursday afternoon to the shop it's not really the town next to me, but technically it is the town next to me. Because I live in the city of Houston, and it's in another small little town. surrounded by Houston, basically. So it's been delivered. I've made an appointment. I go in tomorrow to get it replaced. And then I have been looking at the websites on dealerships, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go and order my car or something like that. It's still very new. I'm still just debating on if I want the black interior or the gray interior on the car. And right now, everything that I see that's available in Houston or all over Texas right now is the black interior. So I don't know if the manufacturer has actually, like, in the assembly line, they haven't done the gray interior yet. And if you haven't ever been to a car manufacturing, like the factory where they're building them and everything, it's very interesting, and they work on productions and everything. So I was lucky enough that my dad was really into BMW Z3s, and he had a 96 that he absolutely loved. He called it Brunhilde. And with the Z3s, it's kind of like the Jeep community in a way. These people are kind of crazy about the cars. Crazy in a good way. Crazy in a good way. Jeeps are cool, especially with the Duckies. They're cool. But with the BMW Z people, because they've since then made Z4, Z8s, and a bunch of other things, and M's, and all of that. So with them, they did these homecomings where they actually went to the plant in, I want to say Greenville, South Carolina. Correct me, don't come after me if I'm saying that wrong, but I believe it's in South Carolina. And they would have homecoming events, and they would actually go to the factory there and do this whole thing of, they'd have fix-it days and all of this type of stuff. You got to tour the factory. They had where you could go and test drive. That facility also was making X5s at the time that they were making I think when I went, they were making Z4s there. So you got to actually drive some of their X5s on some of I didn't do that course, but testing out the capabilities of off-roading in the X5s. Might have been X3s. I don't remember. They're SUVs. One of them, either the X3 or the X5. I can't remember. But I didn't do the off-roading part. My dad got me in like the auto-crossing stuff, so where we could drive our car. And that was interesting because I had only been driving a stick shift for about less than 40 hours. Like, that's how much I had clocked in on being able to drive. And the funny thing is after doing a bunch of the autocrossing and all of that, the instructor, who was a professional race car driver at one point, and I think was retired at that point, I can't remember his name, but he got down on Dad's side of the vehicle, which was at that point the passenger side, because Dad was in the vehicle with me. He squatted down and put his arm on the window and on the window and said, "You need to get her autocrossing," which I never actually did. So, but when you have a retired professional race car driver telling you that I need to be driving, is kind of scary. But we did also get in one of their vehicles and had a professional driver actually doing this part, but they have a skid pad where they got it wet and they turned off traction control and just started doing fishtails and all of the most of that was for the people that drive the vehicles to actually learn how much their vehicles can actually handle. And it was very exciting though, but doing the plant tour and everything, it was very interesting because it's like right now this line is doing all the red cars, this line is doing all of this, and then it's like they're doing production schedules, so they're making all the so they're not having to change the paint out and do all of this and flush all of that. So I understand right now with the new vehicles that right now they're probably making all the ones with black interior, and then they'll make ones with gray interior and all of that. But I would like to see one with gray interior, not just a picture. And but I'd like to see one with gray interior, but there are none in the Texas area that I can see currently. They're all black interior, especially the ones in Houston. I'm not going to be driving all over Texas trying to find this stuff. Houston has enough of the dealerships, and that driving across Houston is like a day trip for some people in other parts of the world and other parts of the country. Yeah, you say, oh, 30 minutes. Yeah, or 30 miles. That 30 miles takes an hour. Yeah. If you have to drive even farther, 40 miles, that is an hour and a half. And so it's like, and then you have to drive it back. So I don't want to go pretty much, I don't want to go outside of Houston. The farthest I would go would be Beaumont. But I don't know. Anyways, maybe to Lufkin, that's 2 hours away. But yeah, I don't want to go much farther than 2 hours away. Austin for me is around the 3 to 4 hour mark. Dallas area, like the southeast side of Dallas, is 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours. So Austin is again 3 to 4 hours. So I'm looking for 2 hours closer to me, or 2 hours is the extent of my traveling. But that is where we're at. We do have a plan to get the glass replaced tomorrow, and Mom is coming. I am going to be working on some house projects. The first one will be going out and trying to clean up the garage a little bit, so that way there are some things in the front room that I need to move out to the garage. So I really need to have space to move that stuff into the garage. And I need to do some yard work. I need to clean. I need to clean the house because it hasn't been cleaned in a while. I need to do laundry. It's a lot of things are happening, and I all of a sudden got itchy knees. Sorry. Weird. And then of course I start itching, and now I need to itch everything. I hate when that happens. Okay. But before I do any of that, I'm also going to be trying to relax amongst all of this stuff. So I hope that you guys join me in one of my next videos. I've started off sharing the office refresh. I've shown where I've done these bookcases. There's still more to come because I need to put the curtains up, but I am at that moment in my life. And 1 second. This is not even the full list of things to do. This is just the list of things to do in the back part of the house. Oh, I need to add one more thing. Today is another one that I need to go through the front part, take this with me and my pen, and go through and list everything that is in the front part of the house that I need to do. This is a brain dump, basic brain dump of everything that is just roaming around in my head that needs to be done, and I just need to come over here and start going, not one by one, but pull off the things that I think I can do this week, and do this week. And usually once I do a brain dump of everything that's in my head, I only refer to it this time to do things, because I'll try to come back to this at some point, but usually I still keep the mental list in my head. And also, as you're living in your house and everything, you see things that need to be done, and the constant reminder that they need to be done because you see them. I'll have to do this again, but right now my brain, when my mom was trying to call me on Friday and say, what's the plan? I'm a planner, and I did not have a plan. I went, Mom, honestly, I'm just trying to get through Friday right now. I haven't thought about next week. I haven't even thought about tomorrow. Because she's like, what day should I come? And da 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 da. And I'm like, honestly, I think Saturday is going to be a rest day and a day for me to just do whatever the hell I want to, because I just needed to do stuff to relax. And what was I doing yesterday? I was, what was I doing yesterday? Oh, I was learning how to make better glitter texture. And then I finally got that done. And then I was working on sticker templates and everything. I'm really trying to get some sticker. I was searching clip art and doing all of this type of stuff. I'm really trying to get where I have the licenses to actually sell the artwork on my stickers and make sure that it falls within the print on demand digital stuff. So I also worked on sticker templates, at least on the ones that I have, to get it into. I do not have Adobe software. I found a cheaper version that is compatible with a lot of the Adobe stuff. So it's the company is Affinity, but they have Designer, Publisher, and Photo, and much cheaper. much cheaper than Adobe. I love Adobe software and all of that, but really pricey. I did think about doing Canva, but Canva kind of frustrates me sometimes because yeah, it frustrates me. Let's just put it that way. It frustrates me sometimes. So I have the background with doing communications and layout design type stuff because I worked on high school. I was one of the section editors for the yearbook. So I've been working with Adobe software since I was in high school. So that's why it's like, I love Adobe. They're just very, very pricey. So when I found this other software that is much cheaper and works on both Apple and PCs, I have an Apple. I'm still learning some things, but I am happy to use it because, I mean, I was able to figure out a gradient yesterday. I was so proud of myself it's like I was watching a video, but I figured it out before they got to that part of the video. I was so happy. So that was the fun thing yesterday, was doing all of that. And then I was trying to do some hand drawing of some icons and all of that. Because I haven't found like a doodle artist that I like quite yet. So to do just the regular like trash icons and shoe or TV or that. So I was trying to work on doing my own type thing and all of that. That way I own the rights of them. Always a good thing. So but that's what I was doing yesterday, and I'm talking a lot, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will be back in another video coming up shortly. It will be either front room refresh, garage cleaning, office. Your guess is as good as mine, so make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that way you do know when I post those videos. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.